probably about 12 or 13 years ago, a group of us who were involved in Cor Maria decided that the grounds needed a little bit more tender, loving care. So headed by Jane Lappin, who is the founder and owner of Wainscott Farms, and myself, she got together a group of local garden designers and came out to the back of Cor Maria and created these absolutely beautiful gardens, and we've named it Gardens of the Spirit. So now when people come on retreat from wherever they're coming, they're able to sit, look at these beautiful gardens, sit on a bench. There's so many different spots that are just so beautiful to look at, and it's everything from beautiful flower gardens to trees and fountains, and just really very special. The chapel really is used during retreats for talks, for meditation, for Mass, when they have Mass. Every Wednesday there's a prayer group. Anybody can come to it. It's, I think, Wednesdays at 10 o'clock in the morning, not in the summer, but during the fall. And you just come and there'll be a speaker, and then you can take time, as Sister Anne likes to say, just to be, to push out the noise of the world and just calm down, be grateful, take time just to really sort of connect with yourself in this very special place. Here we are in Cor Maria's Tiffany dining room. It's really a spectacular room with original Tiffany glass. And you have to remember that this house initially was a mansion on the water, owned by a very successful retailer, merchant in San Francisco. So that feeling is still here with the woodwork and this beautiful gold and green Tiffany glass. And here we are looking out at the bay. It can't be a more idyllic location, and really a more peaceful and spiritual location as well. Cor Maria does so many outreaches, and there's so many people who have come here from the Bronx and Queens and all sorts of different places who are just stunned that they're able to have the opportunity to be in this very, very special place. What a beautiful place to sit. Now, this deck was redone after Hurricane Sandy because it did sustain some damage, but through the generosity of some people in the community, it was rebuilt. And can you just imagine sitting in one of these chairs on a day just like this, just sitting here quietly? How could it get any better than that? Well, you know, a house of this age needs a lot more than just money to sustain it. It needs money to take care of it and maintain it. And really a lot of what Cor Maria has done over the years has been through the generosity of people in the community who come in and paint or build or donate materials. And we're getting to the point, the house is now over 100 years old. Cor Maria has been here 65 years, and we're going to need to do we might have to replace the boiler and upgrade the electric, and those things cost a lot of money. And so we're hoping that over the course of the next couple of years, we'll be able to raise funds to do that very basic maintenance to keep this place, not just maintain it, but to improve it and grow the community that has access to it. A lot of the gardens here are designed to be self-maintained because obviously gardens take a lot of care, weeding, planting. This is a lot of natural plants, things that come back every year that with a minimum of care, just watering, not necessarily having to weed all the time, that they are absolutely wild and beautiful. And that really adds to that whole natural impact that you have when you sit outside at Cor Maria and you look across the gardens. There's color, but there's also texture and beautiful natural plants. Ernie, I am so excited to introduce you to Michael Grimm from Bridgehampton Florists. He and I have been involved with Cor Maria for, 15 or 20 years, and he is the mastermind behind how beautiful everything behind us looks. Every year he comes up with a better theme and makes it look outstanding.
Thank you.
And how beautiful indeed. Where do you come up with these ideas?
In my sleep. No, I just do. And it's interesting, when Anne asked us all to figure out how to make money to help with this wonderful old building, my partner and I, for many, many years, would come here and watch the fireworks. And we'd sit on the edge, and it just came to me one night like, this is the best seat in the house. And of course, we got a lot of, I don't know, da-da-da-da, but we did the first year, and we did quite well money-wise, and so it has just grown. We have decided to keep it small. We keep it to just 150 people, which we always seem to sell out, and it really is a wonderful, fun evening.
Yeah.
For those who don't know about Cor Maria, could we talk a little bit about what this place represents?
Sure. Well, Cor Maria is a really special place. It's really it's a retreat house that opens its door to all people of all denominations.
Yes.
There are many types of retreats. There are 12-step retreats. There's retreats for mothers and daughters and people who are going through grieving. What Sister Anne always says, and hopefully later you'll get to meet her, is it's a place to be.
Yes.
It's a place to be quiet and to reconnect with yourself. Yes. Would you agree, Michael?
I definitely agree. And one of the things that opened my heart to Anne was I met Anne 34 years ago, actually. I didn't know she was a nun, and so I had many conversations with her about abortion and drugs and da-da-da-da, and I found out afterwards, and she was so open and charming, and the AIDS crisis hit us in the early 80s, and she was the first person to come to Jim and I and say, if you know anyone that's pushed out of their home or their family rejected, they have an open home here. And that just spoke volumes about the type of person that Anne is. And she does. She sees no color, she sees no race, she sees no religion. She's just a person that just loves people, supports people, and really truly helps them.
Yeah, and it really is, it's unusual too, because here we are in the center of the Hamptons at this beautiful location. It could be exploited. I mean, there would be ways to probably make a lot of money, but that is not what this place is about.
No.
It's a little haven. It's just a spot on the East End that most people don't even really know about, because it's open to people by reaching out to them. They can sign up to come to a retreat, but it's just a little magical place that most people aren't aware of.
It really is.
The heart is open to everyone to be here.
It really is.
Well, thank you for allowing us to come here. We're guests of Claudia Pilato, and if Claudia calls us, we're there.
Exactly.
But I mean, how can you look at how we are blessed tonight? And Anne has all of the sisters. Everybody prays very hard for good weather, and I have to tell you, I think we have had almost always good weather.
All right, well, a lot of people are praying for you, Michael.
Thank you. So, Ernie, this is an example of the work that we kind of decided to do. We decided this year, or I decided this year, to kind of stay away from the red, white, and blue, because it was after the July 4th season. I am a big lover of color, and actually Claudia said, let's kick it up, and so she had said, why don't we do pink and orange, which is actually one of my favorite color combinations, but it's something that I've done over and over again. So I said, what about bright yellow? So we decided to do really bright yellow and hot pink hydrangeas, and as you can see, we kind of picked up and followed that throughout the whole evening. The invitations, the food tables, the buffet tables. So it's just a bright, happy, fun night, and so that's what the table should look like, and that's what the flowers should look like.
And this fabulous view.
Oh, please. And I always say we could do $1 million worth of decorations, but they're going to look out there.
the first moment we opened WVVH-TV, it was this man, Fred Thiel, who's our assemblyman here on the eastern end of Long Island, who flipped the switch. You brought us into existence.
My hair was a lot darker, but at least I still have hair.
In those days, you were town supervisor of Southampton.
That's right. It was Tony Bullock and I. We were both there that day, and he was the town supervisor in East Hampton, and I was in Southampton. And I still stay. Tony's in Washington, D.C. now, but I still stay in touch with him.
Well, you give him our best, and
Will do.
as I've always said, if the day comes that we go off the air, you're going to have to flip the switch the other way. That hasn't happened in 20-some-odd years.
Hopefully that day never comes.
Fred, it's so great to catch up with you. This is such a lovely event here in Sag Harbor, and you know this organization very well, Cor Maria.
Well, I grew up in Sag Harbor. Cor Maria has been here. Well, it's been here longer than I've been here, and I grew up and I've spent 60 years in Sag Harbor. And Cor Maria has been a great part of the community. And of course, I think they have the most beautiful piece of property, most beautiful piece of waterfront in Sag Harbor. But it's not the property that makes them special. It's the people that work at Cor Maria that make it so special. And they have been involved with providing for the human needs of the Sag Harbor community and the surrounding area for a long, long time. And regardless of denomination, they have been there for people in need across the South Fork, across the East End, and particularly here in Sag Harbor. So, as somebody who grew up here and went to the Catholic Church in Sag Harbor, you got to see firsthand what the people here did then. And all these years later, Sag Harbor has changed a lot, but Cor Maria is still doing it. Sister Ann certainly has been at the forefront of that, and I know she's celebrating her long tenure here also. So it's just been great, and it's an institution that's a big part of Sag Harbor. When we talk about this community, we always talk about its natural assets: the water, the harbor, the open space, the historic village. But it's really the people that make it special, and Cor Maria is a big part of what makes it special.
And government can't do it alone. You need the help of organizations that like Cor Maria to help.
Well, that's right. And what I find, especially these days, because times are difficult. There was a long recession. Things are getting better now, but to do the things that make a community special requires partnerships, and partnerships with the private sector, the public sector, the not-for-profit sector, religious communities. We all have to work together, and that really has been, I think, a big part of the secret, is that kind of partnership where we all work together, and we all have the same goals. We sometimes have different ways of getting there, whether you're government or the private sector or the religious sector. But we all have the same goals for our community, and working together is what makes it so special.
For our viewers, if Fred is our assemblyman, as I mentioned, then for those of you that do not have Fred as your assemblyman, I really feel sorry for you, because we know we're blessed. What you're able to do, what you've created in government, and the accessibility that you offer to your constituents is beyond. You give politicians a good name.
Well, to me, the most important part of being an elected official is to listen to what people have to say. And to do that, you've got to be out in the community. It's the old Woody Allen line that 90% of life is just showing up. Well, being in government's a little bit more than just showing up, but you have to be there and listen to people and find out what's going on in the community and what's important to them. And that's why, I'm here to honor people tonight and to be, to support Cor Maria. But at the same time, I'm still listening to my constituents and what they have to say and what's going on. So in some ways, we're always on duty.
Thank you. On behalf of all of us who live out here, you've protected the environment. You've helped in so many different ways. You've done things that have been innovative for government, and we love you.
Hey, thank you.
I would like to introduce you to my table here tonight at Cor Maria. We have the best table in the house, table 10, and I'm going to just introduce everyone at our table very quickly.
Hi, I'm Laura Siska. Hi, I'm Rona Fisher.
Bruce Siska. Hi, I'm Jeffrey Fisher. I'm here for the ham.
Ray Spina. You cut me off.
Sorry, get in there.
Ray Spina.
Sue Fitzgerald.
Mark Fitzgerald.
And Steve Maeda supplying support for the ham.
All right, table 10.
One of the board members here at Cor Maria is this gentleman, distinguished gentleman, Mr. George Farrell of Farrell Fritz Law Firm. And sir, this is a great evening for Cor Maria, isn't it?
It really is, and they do a spectacular job and get very little recognition or praise for what they do, and it's
well, that's what we're here for.
Okay.
Tell us what we should know about Cor Maria.
Well, Cor Maria, well, it's kind of an interesting story, but I don't want to bore you to death. The order that runs this are the Religious of the Sacred Heart of Mary, and they were a French order, and they came from Béziers, France, and the first nuns to come to the United States were in the mid to later part of the 18th century. And or maybe it's the 19th, because it was 18 something. Right. Ironically, they landed in Sag Harbor.
How appropriate.
And they founded a school for women here in Sag Harbor. And as a matter of fact, today, the public school on 114, the Sag Harbor Public School, was the Order's high school for young women, going back to the turn of the century.
And in, I believe it was 1949, they were able to purchase this exquisite jewel of a property.
That they did. And this was the home of a gentleman by the name of Havens from California. And this was his summer home. And as you probably know, the beach down the road here is called Havens Beach, and that's the village's beach, named after Havens, and this was his home.
It's an interesting story you mentioned, because here Mr. Frank Havens was a wealthy industrialist from San Francisco, and we all know how beautiful San Francisco is, but he would choose to summer here
in Sag Harbor.
So that'll tell you what this is all about.
Exactly.
Well, we really thank you, because it's individuals like yourself who have stature in this community and are respected on so many different levels.
Well, you're being very kind.
Well,
but
you lend your time, your support, and your effort, because these are precious places.
Well, they really are, and as you probably know, or if you don't, most of the retreat houses have been closing all over the United States, and this is one of the few that's left. And they do a marvelous thing for people who really need help. And this is a hand reaching out to help them, and it's very moving to see the people who benefit from it. And of course, these are people would not be put on a screen because they deserve to be anonymous. But nonetheless, they have a variety of problems, and this place goes a long way to getting them back on their feet.
I'm with Wayne Gambino. Wayne, this is a beautiful story that you have, because as our viewers can see, we're right by the water, and when Hurricane Sandy hit, Cor Maria saw some damage from that.
Right. I come out here with a group 11 and group 39 with a group of men that come to the retreat house. And every year we get together and do a work weekend. And we have to sometimes turn people away, because the people that show up is just amazing. We came out here with 10 guys, and Sister Ann needed a deck. We ripped the deck down, chainsawed it, carried it away, put it in dumpsters, and then for 4 to 5 days we stayed here and put posts. We had a concrete truck here, a pump, and I worked with a lot of guys that never really worked with a concrete pump. It's a little bit different. They came in, they were all like accountants and this and that, so it was extremely interesting to see
so what
accountants.
Is it about Cor Maria that causes guys like you to give up your weekends and days and to give up your heart
It's
here.
not giving up your weekend. It's enhancing your weekend. It turns good men into great men. Guys come out here and they change. Something happens here to men who show up and they leave here totally different. And on the way home, you remember what happened with Sister Ann. Sister Ann, when we get here, she says, think of this as your home away from home and welcome home. And right then and there, when the first time she said that and I heard that, I knew I belonged here, and I knew I needed to help out whatever the place needs. We have plumbers, electricians, carpenters, body shop guys, you name it, and they're all willing to do anything for Sister Ann and this place because of what it does for us.
So Ernie, every year at the silent auction, Monty donates this wonderful all-natural ham, and it's become kind of a cause celeb, so that people, there's actually right now at our silent auction table, there's a bidding war going on for the ham. And last year I won, and it was delicious, I have to tell you. It's an outstanding ham, but there's a bidding war, and maybe
it's called
Monty.
Monty's ham.
Yeah,
That's
Monty,
right,
can you
because
tell
I'm
us?
Monty, and I named the ham after myself because I'm pretty much a ham.
So why do we love this ham so much,
Well, I
Monty?
think it's because it's first of all, our pigs are all grass-fed and they're really free range. They live in upstate New York in Shenango and Madison counties, and they're raised very ethically. And when we cure our hams, we use no nitrates or nitrites. So as a consequence, what you have is just pure hickory smoked ham, and it's very popular because, well, quite honestly, we raise them large.
Right.
A standard
so
size,
big pigs.
A standard size hog is taking care of at about 180, and we go to 250 pounds. So they're a nice, big, meaty ham.
And if you win the ham, you have to have a big party because the hams are 20. How big is the ham?
The ham is actually between 12 and 14 pounds, but eternity was once described as 2 people and a ham.
Two people and a ham.
It's a really good idea to get a large group together and have the ham, or eat ham sandwiches for about 6 months.
Well, the ends are supporters of Cor Maria go to raise money for this lovely organization.
We're so proud to be a part of this, and this is our I think about our 5th year here.
I think so.
And of course, we think what goes on here is so wonderful, and this gorgeous setting that we're at tonight it's just wonderful to be here.
And the guests,
huge fans of Sister Ann.
Yes, Sister Ann, who we will be meeting shortly. I think she should be here very soon.
You'll find her very easily. She's the prettiest woman here.
That is so much the truth. It is really true. So Monty's Hams here at Cor Maria, and let's see, I don't know who's going to win, but there is a bidding war going on now.
We're with Linda Muse, and Linda, you're in charge of our bidding table here and these great items.
We have a gorgeous silent auction tonight, all to benefit Cor Maria. We have things from Tiffany's, we have a beautiful ham that everybody is bidding on, we have gorgeous flowers and leather watches and bags and jewelry, and we have a nice assortment of things.
Well, this is important because this is what adds to the event. People buy a ticket, they're supportive of the event, but also you have a lot of donated items here.
Yes, a lot of great donated items.
I mean, this is beautiful. What
Isn't
is
it?
this?
This is from Tiffany's. This is a silver yo-yo. Believe it or not. And it's a collector's item. It's a one of a kind. And then we have this little pill box, and it represents a Chinese takeout box.
And it's a pill box.
It's a pill box, yes.
Well, a lot of great stuff.
Minimum bid is $100. We've had somebody bid on it already.
Well, very nice.
Yeah.
Looks like it's going to be a lot of active bidding. Thank you for all the volunteers. If not for the volunteers.
I love this place so much, Cor Maria. It's such a beautiful spiritual retreat for people to come and relax and renew themselves. And my neighbor across the street actually works here, and she asked me if I wanted to volunteer. I said, I'd love to volunteer, so I'm just happy to be here tonight.
So here we are at another Cor Maria Gala, and these two beautiful women are part of the development committee and do a lot of work for Cor Maria. So why don't you introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Roseanne Bucking, and I've been working for Cor Maria for about 5 years. We started about 5 years ago. I thought it was a one-time thing for the 100th anniversary, and it's gone on, and we're here, and we're having a great time.
Long-time Sag Harbor resident and business owner, and is a volunteer on the Cor Maria Development Committee.
And I'm Judy Misnicki. I live in Bridgehampton, but I've been recruited by Roseanne, I think mostly, Sister Ann, and it's been a great experience. It's been a lot of fun.
So here we are. It's Cor Maria's Summer Gala again.
Yes.
I think maybe 5 years. We've been 6 years.
5 or 6 years, yes.
But it's the 65th anniversary of the Cor Maria Retreat House.
Yes, this November, Thanksgiving weekend, Cor Maria will be celebrating 65 years. We opened up on Thanksgiving weekend, 1949.
Wow.
And since then, many people, thousands of people have come through our doors. And each one of them has a story. And their stories are unique and sacred and very, very different. And we reverence those stories.
I know in the time that I've been here, there have been moments that have been very special to me and helped me through things like when my mom passed away, and just that very ability to just sort of be with yourself and your God and the quiet. And I know you described that very well. How would you describe that Cor Maria brings to us?
Well, I think Cor Maria is kind of like the exact opposite of what happens in the Hamptons. People are coming to the Hamptons to have fun. Not that you don't have fun at Cor Maria, but you're coming to meet your God. You're coming to be still. People come out to the Hamptons sometimes just to run away. Cor Maria, you're coming to meet with and to be still and to know your God. We're like tucked away on Bay Street, away from the madding crowd, and yet we pray. The sisters here pray for all of the people who come to Cor Maria, but also to all the people who come into Sag Harbor.
That's very special. What would you say is your very favorite thing about this beautiful place?
Oh, there's so many, Claudia. I would say the people. The people who come through our doors. They bring life to us. Like, people thank us, the sisters and myself, for being here. But really, we thank all of you for coming, for being here, because it's because of you that we can continue Cor Maria. And I always say to our retreatants, welcome home, because Cor Maria is a home away from home.
It is a home away from home. Now, this gala is a lot of work, and I know people put a lot of time and energy.
They did.
I know.
You're one of them.
Well,
yes, you're one of them.
It's a lot, and it comes together so beautifully. What does the gala itself mean to Cor Maria? What does it allow Cor Maria to do?
The gala itself, the monies that come in help us to continue, because Claudia, there were, when I came here in 1982, there were about 10 retreat houses on Long Island. And right here, just within this vicinity, right over there on Shelter Island, we had the Passionists. Right across the bay, we had the Palatines, and then we had us. Now we're the only retreat house, large retreat house left in not only in Sag Harbor, but on Long Island. The Jesuits closed, the Dominicans closed, the Ursulines closed, the Senecal downsized, but we're still here, and it's because of all of you that we're here.
And we're staying. You're staying here too, right?
We have dreams for the 65th anniversary year, dreams of recreating the building and bringing it up to, it was built in 1907, and bringing it up to the 21st century.
So we really want to encourage more people to get involved with Cor Maria, to come here, to come to a retreat, to become donors, help us continue to maintain this beautiful, beautiful retreat house. And I guess they can go to our website?
Go to our website, and we're creating a brand new website. We have 2 people out of California who work with Hollywood, who are working on this with us.
Yes, Hollywood.
No, well, they go to our schools out in California, and they were
That's the Marymount schools.
Marymount schools, yes. And they're helping us create a brand new website.
So cormaria.org.
Yes.
CORMARIA.
Maria. .org, yes. No, .com is...
Oh, it's .org.
No, .org, okay. See, I'm not into the 21st century yet.
So I guess all we would want to finish by saying is that we're going to have a wonderful night tonight.
Well, it's a beautiful evening. This morning when I woke up after yesterday's rain, I was afraid to peek out from under my covers to see. And then there, thank you God, was this beautiful day.
And Sister Anne is really the heart and soul of this place. I know she credits all of us, but we are also all here for her.